sawed-off shotgun and told her that she was going to see her maker. Y'all, this is the world we live in. But I'm thankful that we have an opportunity to express some of these things through our works. And just so happen poetry has to be that outlet for some of us. We're able to share through poetry. And again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in as we celebrate these amazing poets that is sharing their journey with us and a little bit about their brands. So I see that we have Miss Marcine backstage. I'm going to go ahead and bring her up and allow her to introduce herself. And then I hope she's prepared to share some poetry because she's going to have an opportunity to share some poetry. If y'all don't know, and if y'all are a regular to the network, then y'all have seen some of her commercials. Back in March, we shared a little bit about her newest book that was coming out. So hopefully she's going to share some of that with us tonight. So I'm going to bring her up, y'all.
Hi. Hi, Angela.
How are you?
Ooh, I'm good. I made it through another week, thank God. How are
Amen. Amen.
you?
You look beautiful. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can't complain. Wow. Well, like I was telling everyone before, I had the opportunity to share through the commercial a little bit about your latest release. I know that you were also on the podcast earlier with one of the hosts, Patrice, and she shared about your book, The Phoenix, an amazing book. So I'm just excited to just hear about this newest book. I'm excited. So I'm gonna move out the way and let you share for those that may not know who you are, a little bit about yourself, and then we, as the other poets come up, we're gonna allow them to share a little bit about themselves as well. But tonight it's about getting to know the poets, allowing them to share their brand and some of their work, and then them just talking about why they wrote those pieces. So the floor is yours, Miss Marcine.
Hi. As she stated, I'm Marcine Moore. I am located in Dallas, Texas. I'm a poet author based out of Dallas. My preferred trade is a human resources director. And that indirectly like influence helped me to write my poetry. I currently have out a bestseller. Well, actually two bestsellers. I can put that on now. On Barnes and Noble, The Phoenix Heart and Reflections Rising, which, as Angela stated so eloquently, is poetry, and Reflections Rising is my newest book on Barnes and Noble.
Wow. Wow. So out of all the different genres that you could have wrote in, why did you pick poetry?
Poetry picked me. I actually didn't know I could write a poem until when I say 13 years ago, when I was going through my divorce, and it was actually therapy for me. It was a way for me to get my feelings out on paper without doing too much craziness, and so it helped heal me. And so, as I've said many times on with the Phoenix Heart, it was an evolution of the heart. It was actually a process, a step by step, over 13 years of me healing myself. And God works in amazing ways, because who would have known that He turned such a terrible situation into something so good? And this came through the poetry and writing and healing and finding myself. And
Wow.
so
And
by sharing this, I'm hoping that it helps other people.
wow. That's amazing, because you said it was a 13-year journey, and like a lot of people, 13 years, they probably would have gave up. They probably would have said, no, I don't, forget this. And that book probably would have never got published.
Yeah. My aim wasn't to write a book. I'm sorry if I cut you off. I just was writing. I just was writing poems and just saving them, and I'd share them with girlfriends every now and then, and they'd be like, "Oh, you have a gift." But it just turned into a collection. And once I decided to publish the book, it actually told a story, and it was all the poetry that I had. I never thought I'd be an author. So
Wow.
never.
Wow. And that's just us being us, not, you know, he people don't understand that there's so much that's on the inside of us if we would just allow it to just come out and be, because a lot of us, we don't set out to do none of the stuff that we do, and it just happens. And
Mm.
when it happens the way it happens, it's so beautiful. Like, no, you didn't set out to be a poet or an author, but it happened. And over that 13-year process, here it is, you have the opportunity to do it again with your second book. Like, if you had to do it again, would you do it again?
Oh, most definitely. Yes. It's an amazing feeling to be able to put your words out to the world and disregard what just your feelings and sharing yourself with the world. That's an awesome feeling. Yes, I would do it time and time again, and I'm thrilled every time. So this is my second book. I was thrilled, like I was, I always say, like, I'm having a baby. I felt like I had a baby when I put out the second book. It's just a joy. It really is.
Wow. Well, we have our second poet backstage. We're gonna bring her up and allow her to introduce herself. And after she introduces herself, we're gonna start sharing some of our work. So we're gonna allow.
Uh-oh.
Is it gonna bring her up? Honey, this internet or whatever, it's doing whatever it want to do. So hopefully it'll allow her to stay. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't. Internet wanted to do what he wanted to do or whatever it wanted to do. I said the powers that be something else, boy. They be
Oh
tripping.
yeah, because mine definitely over
When
here
it seems
doing
like every time when something
crazy.
good supposed to come, like they don't like it. The powers that be don't like for people to be seen and for people to be recognized and for they don't like good stuff. And
No, it,
when
don't-
people can heal,
it
like
kills
just
me when it's time to come together.
yeah, and heal, because poetry can be healing. Like literally, like it can be like people don't know that just being able to release, being able to get
Yeah.
stuff out sometimes could to do your life so good. Just like it can do so good. So please introduce yourself. Let those that are tuned in know who you are and a little bit about your brand, if you would.
Well, hello everybody. My name is my camera at? LaShaai Ruckman. The title of my up and coming book is called Rooted Child. It's a part of a series. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to this new phone. My bad. This camera just killing me. But I've been writing for pretty much as long as I can remember. I was a little girl when I first started writing poetry. And when I first started writing, I wrote just for what I was going through as a child. Like all the different things that I experienced in my childhood and foster care and different things like that. And it became therapeutic for me. And like as I got older, it grew on me, and it was like I had a story that I wanted to tell, and I wanted to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like being growing up in foster care, you get silenced a lot. You barely have a voice sometimes. Nobody really want to listen to you. Nobody really want to hear what you got to say. So when I took on poetry, poetry was everything for me. That was my way to get out everything that I felt, everything that I disliked, and all of that. Like even as I got older, became a mom and stuff like that, and started dealing with relationships and stuff like that. It helped me through a lot of different things outside of having God. on my side and making sure I acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me put a whole entire series together of just experiences that not only I've experienced, but a lot of other people, women, men around the world have also experienced dealing with having messed up childhoods and crazy adulthoods and going through different relationships and stuff like that. You know, so when I started writing and I wanted to tell my story, it was important because it was about not only me telling my story, but letting other people hear that they not by themselves and what they go through. A lot of people go through a lot of stuff and it get hushed, you know. But it was like I wanted people to understand you're not out here by yourself. You don't got to go through this mess alone. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people didn't really have that. And I just wanted to always be that voice for those, you know.
Wow. Wow. Well, I already know, y'all, that these poems right here gonna be deep, y'all. These gonna be some deep poems. So I'm telling you right now, y'all better sit back. I hope y'all got y'all something to sip on. I ain't got nothing, y'all. But I hope y'all got y'all something to sip on because I can tell these gonna be deep. We're gonna start with Miss Marcine. We're gonna allow her to share her piece. Um, y'all brace yourself, because I know these gonna be deep.
Well, I'm gonna start out with a I'm gonna start out with a lighter poem, and it's called Bonded. He is the fire that warms her heart. He's the water that quenches her thirst. He is the air that fills her lungs, the one who fills her soul. He has made her whole. He is. She's the one who ignites his passions and lights a flame. She is the one that brings harmony to him. She soothes his soul. She is the peace he never found. She is. Is it possible? Is this true? The two have found each other, bonded, souls connected. They are melodic. They breathe life into each other. They are love. They are one. They are. That's
Wow.
bonded.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So wow. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Shay. LaShae.
Um, the first one I'm gonna start with is called Think, Understand, Understand. And it goes like this. Someone once told me, what you reap, you will also sow. An outpouring of positivity is sure to send back positive vibes. Yet when you consciously resort to negativity, your life will be plagued with negativity. Lots of times these two differentials go above people's heads, with the ones doing wrong seemingly not understanding why nothing's going right for them, and the ones doing right praying that nothing will go wrong. When you F up, I'll just say F. When you F up, you must clean up your mess. And no, I didn't say whatever happened to a past you is your fault. I said for the wrongs you do is your fault. So you'll be blamed. I mean, these were your actions. You either agree and both be right or disagree and you be wrong. You only become more bearable by changing from within. If you do not like thinking negative thoughts, take time to think positively. If you don't like how you act, start changing behaviors. Start from within and find the will to deal with every reason why we had rather run from ourselves. You will change the person you're running from.
Mhm.
Wow. What was the inspiration behind that piece?
It's like accepting, sometimes you have to accept the fact that you the problem in the situation. No matter what the situation is, it's not always somebody else's fault. Sometimes you just gotta accept that I messed up a little bit too. This part,
Mhm.
I did play a part in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, for me, it was just accountability. That's what that was for me. Just accountability. Sometimes you just gotta just say, you know what? That's my fault. You know?
Wow. Wow. Transparent moment. Nothing like accountability. So, Miss
Mhm.
Marcine, what inspired your piece?
Well, after what inspired my peace was finally being whole and knowing that I finally had met someone that accepted me for me. See, because you don't know true love not unless you've experienced something bad. And so when you walk through something bad, you can appreciate something more. So that's why in the stanzas I write what he is to her and what she is to him that make them come together. And that's what makes a harmonic relationship work. That's in harmony. If two people come together and make each other whole.
Wow.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have to experience the bad so you know the good. Mhm,
Yes, that is true. That is true.
mhm, yeah.
Wow. Wow. So I did earlier in the first hour. I was sharing with the young ladies that the poets that were sharing and those that tuned in that I also I write. So I shared a little bit about some of the things that I've done. We actually did this book. We shared this little book here, but we actually since y'all are talking about love and accountability, like I was like, well, let me pull out this one because this is the finding love. See, in the first part of the series was finding forgiveness. So we went through the stages of, we forgave ourselves, we forgave other
Mhm.
people, we found hope, and then we moved on. I said, well, since they talking about love, I said, let me pull out my little book. Let me pull out mine and share one of my poems. So the one that I'm going to share tonight is called Unwavering Love, Embracing Myself First. In the depths of my soul, I found solace. In unwavering love that gives me grace, I chose to love myself unbanished, for in this journey, my spirit remains steadfast. Resilient, I rise from the trials endured, equipped with strength, my essence secured. I'll embrace my flaws, my imperfections, and let self love guide me, so my soul's reflection. For in loving myself, I find the key to cherish others unconditionally. With open
Mhm.
arms, compassion will flow, delivering love wherever I go. In this journey of life, we all embark. The foundation of love begins with a spark of self acceptance and unwavering care, for only then can love truly be shared. And that's that piece.
I like
It's
that.
called Unwavering Love.
I like that.
I like that.
Oh, wow. Well, I included that in the Silently Hurt No More series. Finding Love was this particular book. And it is a part of a mental health series that we did because a lot of times, we go through stuff and we deal with stuff and
Mhm.
we don't find the forgiveness. We don't we hold a lot of stuff in, and during the journey we lose hope. We lose hope in a lot of stuff, and then when we lose hope, we forget how to love, and we forget how to allow people to love us. So in this book, I want to share that, no matter what we go through, if we hold on, we can find unwavering love because you know that's one of the things that I think that he want us to walk in, because we love is an action word, and we move in action. So yeah.
Right.
So that's that piece. And I want to share that. So I want to share that while y'all think of something else that y'all can share. Um, I hope y'all ready, because tonight is about y'all sharing y'all voice and y'all words. But I'll throw a little bit in there every now and then. But it's about y'all and people being able to connect with you guys. Yes, I want people to know who y'all are. So Miss Marcine, you have something else for us?
Yes, I do. So
Okay, we ready.
this poem is called Morphed. Secret identity. Who am I? I've morphed. I've changed only for him. I've taken on his likes and his dislikes. But I wonder, does he know mine? I've morphed. I've changed. My friends even notice I'm not the same. My personality, my looks, my glow. I've changed into something beautiful in my mind. But to the people on the outside looking in, I've morphed into something new but strange. The people say, he too is to blame. My identity snuffed, taken away. The true me has to be hidden away, morphed away, conforming to thoughts, ideology placed by him. The people on the outside simply state, you're not taking the time to realize that if you have to morph for the person you are with, they're not the correct choice for you, not worth your time. I silently analyzed, taking the advice in, slowly realizing the words are true. Because the question is, would he morph for you?
Wow. Wow.
That's
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 deep.
deep. That
Mhm.
That's
is
deep. But that's so true, because a lot of time we find ourselves changing for our mates, and
mm-hmm.
we get lost in trying to change for our mate, and we lose ourselves. We
Right.
lose ourselves.
Hmm.
And that's deep. That is deep. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
So
that's yeah.
wow. Morphed. All right now. Somebody said morphed. All right now.
Morphed.
Wow, that's
Yeah, but
yes.
yeah,
So
he-
okay, go ahead, because I want you to talk about that one. Well, I want you to give me some backlight, some background on that point.
okay. That poem was inspired through conversations with my girlfriends because um, I mean, a man or a woman can morph. Let me preface that. But majority of the
Yeah.
time, we as women change. We change and take on the identity of who we're with. And so I was talking to one of my girlfriends, a couple of girlfriends, and we have a friend that whoever she's with, she changes. She's fishing, she's swimming, she's doing stuff to meet his identity, but yet she hasn't found herself. So my point of the poem is, whether it's a male or female, think about it. Are they meeting you halfway where you don't have to change yourself? Because if you can't change, if you have to change and they don't accept who you are as a person, that's really not love.
Yeah.
That's not
Wow.
love, because if someone loves you, they accept you for with your flaws, your good and your bad, because that's what love is. It encompasses all the good and the bad. So if you have to change and hide away, think about it, because a lot of times your family and friends notice the changes before you do, and by the time you realize that you've morphed, as I say, you're all the way down that rabbit hole. Right. So
Right.
that's really what
Wow.
inspired it, and that can be, like I said, for a man or a woman, because men can change
Right.
too, trying to please a woman. Um, you
Yes.
know, so it's just something to think
I see it
about.
all the time. So yes, I got that, because I see it all the time. I've
Hmm.
had friends. I'll be like when you start doing that, like
Right. You like,
you wasn't dating a new girl. Like I
hmm
look, I don't have cousins. I don't have male cousins. Yes, that did
hmm
that. I had brothers that have
Yeah.
done it. But
Right.
yes,
They
definitely.
accept stuff that they normally wouldn't accept because they want to be with her. Yeah. I've seen both sides of the spectrum.
Yep.
Yes.
See, this,
Hmm.
this why I love for us to be able to have these 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 come togethers and these opportunities, because we can really break down and give people an opportunity to see what they're gonna be getting out of our brands and out of these books when they purchase these books. Like, you dealing with relationships, you dealing
Hmm.
with self issues, you dealing with a lot of different stuff. Like, I've heard so much. Like, wow. We're gonna let Shay, and then we coming back to you. Like, we got time. Oh yeah, we
Oh,
got time to we
okay.
got time
Yes,
to
yes.
we got we got time. We not going nowhere. To the next one, come on at 8. So we got time. All right, Miss
This
Shay.
one is called Don't Count Us Out. From a race of people bought and sold from a country, not sure what the hell they were thinking. People held against their will and forced into slave ships and set out to a foreign land that was also stolen from a race not their own, forced to work, beaten into submission, raped, maimed, selling mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters to the highest bidders, not caring about ruining a family. They have been ripping apart black families long before the government housing. Don't be daft. We all know better than that shit. Pay attention to the livelihoods of stolen black neighborhoods beaten up and burned down. Let's not forget all the lives they've stolen, every single victim of their brutality, the blatant disregard for black values and black lives, and then they'll lock us up, stealing our time when we take to the streets and protest, screaming Black Lives Matter, stealing opportunities to be confrontational, then go and cry for the cameras when you get smacked with that same confrontational energy you brought into the room. Stop fucking with shit. Don't get so offended by Black Lives Matter. It is not to say we matter more than other people. We also don't matter any less than them. There's
Right.
no one there's no one man above the other. And yeah, you with your coarse hair and your bronze skin, walking with that gun in your pants, looking for trouble. You are no better than the others. Why you making every black man that you meet your enemy? The goal. Haven't you seen enough of that? Haven't you worried enough of your own? Having balloon releases, candlelights, and parents in agony screaming over a closed casket? When's enough enough? Stop selling yourself short.
All right.
Wow.
Mhm.
So what was the charge behind that?
Um, well, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was just like a lot of men, like me and a few of my friends was having a conversation about like when all the shootings and the killings and stuff was going on, and people just really quick to play victim. A lot of times you just saw a lot of people playing victim. And then it's like when you go in certain neighborhoods or whatever, it's like you see them walking around, they fighting, and this person got a gun or that person got a gun or whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, at what point do y'all get enough of this? It's like y'all ain't buried enough people yet. Like, when do you say that's okay? Let me stop. Let me go take care of my kids or go see my mama or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people just. It's just like they didn't want to see
When
nothing
you gonna
positive.
understand
No,
your
no.
worth? When you understand your worth? When you gonna know your value. When you gonna know
Exactly. When
that
do you start
there's
to
more
value yourself? You know what I'm saying? As
out
opposed, like, you gotta value you before you expect somebody else to. If you're not bringing no value to your own life, why you think somebody else will? You
Right.
gotta play. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do better to be better, to do better, do better to be better. To have it come that saying go, but you gotta do that to be that, right?
Mhm.
But if you're not doing what you gotta do, and then
and it's
you
all
screaming in the streets about them,
people just they got to get, have to put themselves in a position to where they can see. We've learned a lot of this stuff is learned, and it keep getting
yeah,
passed down from generation to generation.
that too,
This is what
that too.
mama did. This is what mama say do. This is what and if you come from those families where you do what they tell you to do and not what they do. What they tell you to do is what you do. So what you do, what they say in the house, don't go outside the house. So whatever
Right.
happened here, stay here. And a lot of us walking around here with trauma. A lot of us walking around with trauma that we don't really know what we're dealing with, because a lot of it happened to us in our non-consciousness when we was young, stuff that we can't remember. We knew it happened, we kind of experienced it, but because you were young, you didn't really remember it all, because now that you've grown and you start developing, start learning stuff, and then you can block some of that stuff out, but still it's back there. It's behind you, and it's just ready to come out in any given opportunity. That's that
Yep.
trauma. And that's that stuff that they try to brush under the rug, and they want to give you a pill for, or they want to label you crazy for. They want to put you in
Yeah.
a slow class.
Yep.
They want to do all kind of stuff to us as brown people.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it just be crazy, and just being able to like speak to people. Like now, I'm seeing so many people writing that I never would even imagine writing books. I'm seeing a lot of people being able to, say, okay, I'm gonna put this in on paper. I'm gonna put this down because somebody need, don't care what walk of life they've come from, that something in their life, their experiences can help somebody else. And I tell you, poetry has been that outlet for a lot of
Mhm.
people. Has been
Yeah.
that outlet for a lot of people. Have
Yeah.
given people opportunity that may not have stepped out. Because I listen to these open mic contests when they are just spitting, and they having these slams, and they're just going back and forth, and people expressing their childhood and how they grew up and things that they've experienced. Like it's just amazing. Like I I have to thank you guys for just coming on here and sharing, and just allowing people to tap into your words, because words speak.
Mhm.
And people just don't know how powerful words are, and how your words can change. They can change life. They can change your situation. It can
Mhm.
change things, and people just understand that. Like, wow, I want to hear some more. So we're gonna bring Miss Marcine up, and allow her, get your piece ready, Shay. Get your piece ready, Miss Marcine. Your turn again, y'all. We got some time. We got over 20 minutes. So we
Oh, well,
got
that's
that's
good. That's good. I'm armed. I'm ready. So this one I'll share is called Devil's Reflection.
okay.
The devil's reflection is always in your eyes. Who is it you despise? Fix what's inside, make yourself whole. Don't let the devil own your soul. See, the devil is tricky. Remember, he was God's right hand man. He loved, planned, and protected God until he fell. He fell long and hard from grace, lost his place. So now he tries to own anyone who will open up and be owned. Lost soul, desperately seeking someone in a plight that can't be undone. Steady falling, and he's calling to you. Get him out of your soul. Make yourself whole. You still have time to reconcile and rise. leave that devil behind. So,
Wow. Wow.
so,
Wow.
yeah. So
That
that one was written because people have a lot of vices that they deal with, and they're always around, and people are unaware of daily vices. It could be specifically that was written because of someone that was dealing with a drug problem that was in a hospital, and his mother at his foot of his bed crying. Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Get out of that. You let the devil have a grip on you, right? And a lot of people do that. And I call the devil anything that's holding you from what you're doing. It could be money, it could be drugs, it could be another person, you know, in a relationship that's holding you back, that's hindering you.
Right.
So I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get this one. It's just like it really cuts, it's deep to me, right? It cuts because yeah, that's the devil owning you. Just like, you know, a lot of people don't like to acknowledge that there's a Lucifer, Satan, or whatever you may call him. But he's there because it's like it's a God above, it's a devil below. And so, you know what I'm saying?
He real.
Just
He's
leave it
very real.
behind.
He is very, very real. He's very
Mhm,
real. We know that he's very real. And I tell you, yeah, I definitely can relate to what you're saying. And I'm over
mhm,
here. I get sentimental too, y'all. But I'm gonna try not to cry. But I get sentimental too because I
mhm,
remember having a cousin was dealing with battling with this drug issue, you know, and
mhm,
I I I I would be praying for them, and I remember having conversations with their parent, and you know, they saying that they don't see the prayer working, you know, they don't see the prayer working. I say, well, God's timing is God's timing, and I say I can pray all day. I say, but until God get ready to move, I say it's not gonna happen. But now I see what God has done. You know, it took a minute. He don't always move on all the time, but we got to
mhm.
be willing to take those steps, not allow those negative, because we have that power. If we speak positive, positive will happen. But if we're
Right,
always speaking negative, then we're just making room for that thing to come on in. But see, you got
exactly.
to stop. We have to stop
right.
speaking negative. We have to speak
Negative
positive.
into you. Right.
Yes, we have to speak positive. Be positive, because guess what? He said over in Proverbs 21, we got what we got the power of, we got no 18 to
The
21,
tongue.
we got the power of life and death in our tongue. So that
Right.
means we got the power to speak that thing. We can speak it into, we can speak
Ex-
it into fruition. But
Yeah.
if we speak it negative, we also can stir up those negative things. Now I'm telling you, we can stir up those negative
Yeah.
things. But I'm grateful because, you know, everybody may not go to church, and everybody may not
mhm,
open their Bible and read their Bible, but they can pick up these poetry, they can pick up these poems, and they can be blessed because it's a lot of what has transpired throughout this show has been based on your spirit and your
mhm,
wholeness in your body. Like the last three poets, I mean, it just about everything was about spirit and about the creator, and just being able to share, because everybody ain't picking the Bible, and
right.
everybody ain't going into church, because you know a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about religion right now, you know, so
Yeah.
we having to get it, we're having it, you know, people don't understand when he say we should do greater works. Guess what? These are the greater works. These are the
Yeah.
Yeah.
greater works. These are the greater works, because he knew what we was gonna need. He knew everything about us, so he knew that it was gonna be a follow away. It was gonna be a following away of the church. But how do you keep people connected to him? Because it's not about the church. Because at the end of the day, we are the church.
Right.
The people are the church, and we forget that. You know, we forget
Mhm.
that. We talk about some buildings. We talk about these buildings that people be going to. They ain't no church. When they realize that, they gon' man, they'll be blessed. They'll be blessed. But it ain't about me, y'all. I'm gonna move on out the way. Shay, it's your turn, girl. It's your turn.
The next one that I'm reading is it's titled Kindness. And here goes. I have wept in the wee hours of the night, sighing into my memory foam pillow for the shortness of sight, wrestling with the thoughts to take flight, thinking that someone else's needs had made me blind. Maybe I'm losing my mind. But nonetheless, I've never felt a tinge of regret in a kind gesture, never letting bad moods fester. The warmest smile may melt the coldest heart, like butter giving a sense of serenity like no other. Keep different flowers around you, cultivating your garden with loving kindness. Make plans for the future as if happiness were all there ever was. All the bad days will get better, and the good days will be back soon. Don't give up before giving yourself time to start. It's okay to follow your heart. We tend to allow people who let us down to fester in our minds, although our time on theirs has passed. We try to make it last, but that start anew, find solidarity. You'll have you'll you'll find someone who keep their word just like you kept yours. Can y'all hear me?
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes.
Allow allow them to show you differently. Open your mind, let it melt your heart, and embrace the new start.
Uh-oh.
To see what may come of it. I mean, it just may be a hit. What if is the only way to short circuit our self fulfilling prophecies of gloom and doom? Each time after another meeting become le- each time after another meeting becomes less fearful of what if and more comfortable with what is. Knowing the purpose is to do this for our kids. It doesn't matter that others have denied you. Make sure that you don't give up on yourself. Have affirmation of self, and the thoughts of those that don't matter won't matter. Listen to a higher power for strength, hope, and guidance. What's stopping you from making plans and taking risks? Accept the fact that our character defects, fears, actions, and defenses were all constructed before adulthood. Learning who we are takes time, and so does sifting out the shit that'll defeat you and remain detrimental to your health, while keeping some bits of yourself worth. Leave behind toxic situations and relationships because self care ain't all, at all selfish. It's essential to your survival, the new you's arrival.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. I'm telling y'all. So, y'all, we're going to bring up a little commercial real quick, y'all. And then we're going to come right back. And then we're going to close. But before we close, y'all, I want y'all to share how people can connect with y'all because, like, I really want people to be able to connect with y'all because y'all, I know they're gonna be wondering like, where can I get, where can I get this? Like, really, like y'all gonna drop some stuff tonight, like, and some people need to hear this, and they need to tap into this because, like I said earlier, we all a lot of stuff don't happen out in this world. Life be happening. That's what the children saying now. Like life be happening. So
Mm-hmm.
be happening, then we trying to keep up with what's going on, and we trying to draw these kids. We trying to, we want to share. Like I know that if these books got into the right hands and into the parents, if people could really see that some of this stuff, look, maybe I need to look at me. Maybe I need to go in here and sit down and check me out and see where I know, where I know
Yeah.
strayed, where I know messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of this it's reflection. And that's, look, let me bring her on up here, because that's the name of her book. What I'm talking about.
Right.
That's the name of her book.
Right.
Reflections. So it, just imagine going through the book and just reading those poems and just having a reflection of yourself just pop up. You come across this poem and you read this poem, and then you like, oh wow, I went through that. It is an opportunity like this. We be being transparent in these books, y'all. Like this be that you like, wow, I didn't know she was going through that. I didn't know she experienced that. Wow.
Right.
Yeah, that's when they pick up these books, they be like, wow. Oh wait, no, I didn't know she was going through that. Like, yeah. So y'all, we're gonna be right back, and y'all be ready to share how people can connect with y'all. And then if y'all have something that y'all want to, share with the people before we leave, this is gonna be your opportunity before we go into the next group. Okay. So let's go to this brief intermission. It's gonna be brief, y'all. It's gonna be real quick. How about 17 seconds, y'all? Be ready.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is a founding sponsor for Da Crew podcast. Get featured inside the magazine and allow your voice to be heard around the world.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is an international magazine founded in May of 2020 by Queen Angela. Get featured.
That was quick.
I told you, it was quick.
That was quick.
Queen Angela is. That's me, y'all. That's me. That's me. That's me. I am the visionary here of the Crew podcast, and I tell you, I just like to have fun. I just like to provide a atmosphere where you can be yourself, and allow you the opportunity to share. I'm not one of those professional podcasters. I may be that on one of them other networks. Now, my host, I can't tell you now. They are some professional people. They like to be professional, but hey, the visionary, I ain't got to be professional. I play around. So we be playing. That's what we be doing. Like they say, they be laughing. We be playing over here. I be playing over here because I like to have fun, y'all, and I like for people to see that side of me. Not all the time you got to see that professional person that's always trying to, be professional behind the scene. That's not me. So we back. LASHAI, how can we connect with you? How can we support the things that you have coming up? And if there's something that you want the people to know on tonight, please share that.
You can always connect with me on Instagram, LASHAI _the_author_writer is my Instagram handle. On Facebook, my Facebook page is Lil Black Beauty, LILBLAQ Beauty, BEAUTY. And my email, if you want to email me, LASHAI.the.author.writer@gmail.com. That's my email address. And be looking out for us in the Chicago, Illinois, Indiana area this summer for our book expo coming up that we are I'm very happy to host and be a part of this year for the first time with Queen Angela here. I know this is gonna be a super exciting event, and we're gonna have some great vendors there, some great authors there, some great speakers there, and it's gonna be an all-around great event to come out, meet people, do some networking, and get to know some of the authors, and get to hear some great poetry and listen to some great people speak.
Okay. Amen. Well, thank you for sharing.
Hey.
Miss Marcine.
Hi. Well, okay. To reach out to me, you can follow me on Facebook under my name, Marcine M. Moore. TikTok is Marcine M. Moore. No, Marcine M. Moore. I'm simple. And on Instagram, it's at that real Miss MZ Moore. And I have a link tree under Marcine Moore. And my books can be found That's Reflections Rising, and Phoenix Heart. They're on Barnes and Noble. And I have a book signing tomorrow with the doc, which when you come to Dallas, Miss Angela will be at the doc May 17th. And then and then May 18th, I will be with her at the book tour and expo. So please come out to Dallas. If you're here, come out. If you're local, come see me tomorrow at the dock. I'll be there from 1 to 5. If not, come catch me with Miss Angela May 18th at the AAA LAC book tour and expo. Did I get it right?
Yes.
I can't wait for you to come.
Well, y'all,
it'll be authors and vendors. So
yes, and the expo
I'm excited. I can't wait.
I can't either. And my email, if you want to email me anything, is author marcinemore@gmail.com. So yeah, that's all I have. I have a book coming out, a real book coming out. So yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, and the book expo for Chicago and Indiana. The book expo for Chicago and Indiana will be June 12th.
June 14th and 15th.
14th and 15th. I had to make sure I threw that out there because I didn't say the dates.
Oh, Chicago.
Okay. I know y'all not, but yeah. June 14th and 15th, we're going to be in the Chicago, Indiana area. I'm excited about that. August, y'all, we're headed out to California. We're headed out to Los Angeles area. So then we're going to be headed back to South Carolina. We're going to be back in my home state. Of course, we're going to be holding it down in Columbia or Charleston. Not sure where we're going to be. Columbia or Charleston. We still working on Raleigh. I'm waiting to hear back from Raleigh and possibly Memphis, Tennessee. So y'all, we got a lot in the works. So just be looking around and stay connected. I say stay connected. If you don't stay connected to me, stay connected to some of these authors that's coming across this platform, y'all. That's most important. If you don't stay connected to me, stay connected to these authors that's coming across and sharing their brands. Go make sure you follow them. When y'all jump off here, make sure y'all post y'all links so that people can connect with you guys and support the things that you're doing. Again, I thank you guys for stopping by and sharing with me on tonight, because y'all could have chose to be anywhere, but y'all chose to be here tonight with me sharing. So thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
I pray that y'all evening is blessed.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having me too.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Well, we continue. It continues. It don't stop.